And so every day we start and live our day by feeling so grateful. We've heard it before, be grateful. And we heard it before, always give thanks. But why? What does it do? When you look at creation, creation is a very big adventure of very big beings, creator beings. And we are small creator beings, but there are some very big creator beings. A being becomes a greater creator when they can actually embody more and more and more consciousness, love, and also divine power. And so with that grows the ability to create, because they show how responsible they are with all life force and that they create beauty. And so there are some creator beings who can create galaxies. There are creator beings who are responsible for the creation of universes. And together, all of them are creating cosmos. Now, creativity is a quality that Source talked to me about in 2015, like never before. And I wrote it all down and I made some old videos about it. How important is to be in our creative spirit and combine it with love and then create, always creating out of love. And so creativity is a really important quality that lives within us. And we are actually beings of creation. That means we are creator beings on that smaller scale. Now, imagine if you are that big being. Just imagine yourself for a moment and imagine that you created a galaxy, a beautiful flower within a universe, and see the beautiful galaxy that you created. Now, you as the creator being, because this is very real, they are really beings who are the consciousness of a galaxy. And to them, it is the most amazing thing they can do, to be creating within cosmic creation. And so let's say you created that beautiful flower within which you will have, I don't want to say billions because it's more, zillions of beings will be living and existing in your galaxy. These will be the beings within your creation. Now imagine that that is so, and you are the one, the guardian of this galaxy, because we have guardians of a galaxy. And so you are a guardian of a galaxy. And now you see the zillions of beings within the galaxy. What would you desire of them? I bet you would like them to be respectful, in love, grateful. Isn't that so? Wouldn't you like the beings within your galaxy to be in love, to be happy, to be grateful for the gift? What else would you like them to be? Peaceful, loving, your family, and see them as family, to have fun, of course, to be in harmony, to be harmonious, respectful, joyful, kind, creative, joyful, creating more love, inclusive, devoted to Source and God, all of that, right? Blissful, that's it, playful, filled with consciousness, wonderful. All the great answers. You would like them to be aware, right? So that's exactly how this works. You guys know it exactly. Your best buddies, absolutely. Reverent to all, inspirational. Isn't that amazing? We know exactly what would we want them to be. And that's exactly what's happening on the big picture. So that is the reason why gratitude is so powerful. Because we live within actually creation that was and has been and is being created by very great beings. And we are here, and it is asked of us. Only one thing is asked of us, really, and that is to love life. I know this from Divine Mother. But of course, for example, Yogananda, when he spoke about, he always says, love God first, always love God, have God on your mind, have Divine Mother on your mind, do nothing but just think of the divine. And why? So that we can live in this gratitude, so that we can approach life with this amazing gratitude filling us up. In a way, gratitude is love. And so you and me are here to represent this love in a world that forgot to love. So that's why it is so actually, I'm looking for the right word. And the only word I can actually come up with is painful. That's why it's so painful to Divine Mother when she sees certain humans in this world not caring for creation, which means caring for the planet that we live on, loving the planet we live on, because our beautiful planet is part of that creation. She too was birthed by these creator beings when they created this beautiful big system. The planet, of course, is a being herself, and not just that there is a planet, surely she's got consciousness. It's a planetary logos. She has a soul. She has a spirit that you see here on this picture, for example. And so the basic attitude is very simple: to be grateful for all that surrounds us and all that is within us, which means grateful for this gift of existence. And I know this is not this life that we are asked to love. She explained this to me in detail. She said, yeah, the conditions that we co-created here, not so ideal, not easy to love, but she's asking us to love life as this big cosmic, really, creation, this amazing, amazing thing that is happening in every cell of our being. And even though physically we are here and we have cells, we also have non-physical bodies. Love those too, because those will continue. We are eternal beings because of our non-physicality, really. And still we do have bodies, even in the non-physicality. And the way that we distinguish between non-physical and physical, even the non-physical has a shape. And so we can say that here we have a dense body that has a shape. But even when you leave the body, whether it is through out-of-body experience, or if it is near-death experience, or if it is what we call death, then we always go into the next shape. There always is a shape. It is so that we can be individualized. Yes, the shape holds our energy, exactly, and it makes us individualized. If we didn't have a shape and we were just, one with source, we would not experience, and I want to call it what Yogananda call it, thyself. And so thyself is bigger than this human being, of course. So, yeah. When I was first visited by Divine Mother, it was every single night. The day she came in 2017, she came in August, and it was the solar eclipse night. And it was after a day of a lot of invocations. And me and my husband, we were just doing a lot of Patricia Cota Robles invocations, and we were in nature. We couldn't really see the full solar eclipse. It was visible from Oregon, and we were in California, but we could see it partially. And Patricia sent an email with invocations, so we were just doing those. And that night, Divine Mother revealed herself. And then she was coming every single night. And it was in many different forms. And the third form that she appeared in was the green Tara. And to me, I always say, of course, it's life-changing no matter what form she takes on. But the green Tara, when she comes, just the encounter itself is, of course, an initiation. It's an expansion of consciousness, and it's so big that you suddenly feel all life within you. And it's almost like feeling all of the planet here within you. And I didn't like it because I felt also the pain of the planet within my own physical body. And so it was a very intense process of initiation into the consciousness of the mother. And so she she let me feel what I would have considered to be painful. And she talked to me a lot about things like the oceans, and specifically the oceans, because they play such an important role on this planet. And yet, you know, the civilization that we are part of, you know, it's overwhelming, isn't it, what happens to nature on this planet? And so that's something that definitely is coming up for us in this ascension process, is the relationship that humanity lost with Mother Nature. And it's bigger than life. And actually, that might not be exactly the sentence I should be saying. It is as big as cosmic life, because cosmic life is life, life with a capital L. So if you want to say, you know, the small human life here, it comes and goes, of course. And then there is the big eternal life that is always there and will never end. And that is the cosmic creation. And so here on this planet, I know that very, very, very important ascension process is falling in love with the planet, with nature, with all the creatures that we have here, with plants, and realizing the oneness of all life. It is so important that I think it was very neglected by religions for some reason. And I don't know all the traditions, but personally, I visited it was a meditation retreat with Taoists, and it was beautiful because it was every step was a step on this sacred planet. And it was the great teacher Thich Nhat Hanh, and maybe it is more Buddhism. I don't know exactly. Is Thich Nhat Hanh Buddhism or Taoism? I don't know exactly, but it was a beautiful meditation retreat with Thich Nhat Hanh. And he was teaching us to walk through nature silently in love. And he was teaching that beautiful method of walking meditation, where every step that you take, you are actually, okay, Zen Buddhist. Thank you, Deborah. And so he was teaching the walking meditation, if you have done it with him too. I know he's no longer here in a body, but every step was sending love to the earth. And when we were eating, nobody was actually talking, which was also very beautiful. And we were giving thanks with every bite to Mother Earth, providing beautiful vegetables, beautiful food for us. So it was very much the mindfulness of nature, mindfulness of the earth, of our beautiful Maravati. So when Divine Mother starts embodying through us, she really wakes us up to this caring consciousness, very caring. So again, I think Buddhism, you know, cause no harm to any part of life. How important is that? And Yogananda, he said, you know, even plants don't love when we eat them, which is all very interesting. And the way that he explained it is that as long as an animal has a nervous system, and even a fish has a nervous system, their nervous system wants to live. The animal wants to live. And so that's why he was recommending that we don't eat animals. And that even plants know that they exist. They too have consciousness. But he said the plants agreed to support this bigger form that we are, and to support us in being here on this planet. When I was living in Germany, and for those of you, let me know if you speak German, or if you, I know that right now probably Germany is asleep, but in Germany, in Berlin, I found two incredible masters of Taoism. And now and again, they would bring another master from China who had unbelievable gifts. And I mean divine gifts. And this very old man, oh, beautiful. So we have some German-speaking friends here, and even German. Wonderful, wonderful. So in Berlin is still an institute with these Taoists. Wow, so many German-speaking friends here. So I will definitely post, or I will share about this institute, because to me it was something so futuristic. And futuristic is what I wanted to actually share. That of course human beings originally were not sustained by food, physical food, let alone by animals. Wow, I love it. So many German speaking friends. And so because originally we were sustained by life force, and then of course our bodies became more dense, so we began to be sustained by what grows here, and then later even by things that can be killed, and we want to avoid it if possible, of course. But this Taoist master who came from China to be with these other two masters in Germany, who also are originally from China, he had incredible divine gifts. And I got to experience it myself. He had the gift to actually come in front of an audience and to transmit what he called cosmic food. Now, I got to experience it myself, and so I can speak about it as something miraculous. So we would come every 7 days for a transmission of cosmic food. And he was transmitting cosmic peaches. And so he would transmit to us, and I could see it with my third eye. He would transmit a cosmic peach, a very large cosmic peach, and our divine self would download that cosmic food into our physical body. And then for 7 days, you didn't feel any hunger, any need to eat. You didn't even think about food. It was not fasting. It was simply that thanks to this cosmic food, you lost completely the lower human consciousness of human food, and your body was directly nourished, exactly like the new earth. That's why I find it so futuristic. So then we would come back in 7 days. He would transmit more cosmic food. And then the last week was again transmission of cosmic food. So for 21 days, you did not have any hunger, any need to eat. And I was still cooking for my daughter. But as I was cooking, my consciousness could not understand what it means to eat food on this planet. He deleted that from my consciousness. I was only drinking water. That was the only thing. And so you drink water just because you're thirsty, but it's not water fasting. It's not even fasting. Your body was switched. Yeah, I would have to search now. So for those of you who speak German, you can search for Berlin and then kosmische Nahrung, cosmic nutrition, I guess, kosmische Nahrung. And so you will find it, and it's all in German, and you can watch some videos. Now, to me, this was miraculous, absolutely miraculous. I felt like a superhuman. And so if anyone can type it in German, and I will definitely send the link for those of you. It's only in German, everything was in German. So, and obviously Chinese. So if you speak Chinese as well, then these Chinese masters, of course, work in Chinese as well. So 3 weeks, they timed it exactly. Your body did not know that it's even an option. Thank you so much for typing it in. So yes, that's it. Bi gu fu ki, right? That's it. Thank you. So to me, that gave me a taste of what is to come for us one day, that we truly will lose consciousness. And this was not even breatharian, you know, this is beyond. This is beyond. You would thrive. You would feel so healthy. And, you know, as I was cooking for my daughter, for example, I remember looking at the food and my brain didn't have a concept for it. I forgot what it is. So it was like, even if you wanted to taste a little bit, you could not, because you didn't know that food could be put in the mouth. It seems like you lost completely the concept of digestion. Absolutely miraculous. And so this is, amazing miracle in our creation, right? That when we go to these higher states of consciousness, we plug back into this cosmic fruit and we are nourished by it. And again, it's amazing that this master had the ability to transmit this to human beings and that it truly worked and it was not fasting. So I keep checking the website just in case he comes back. Now it's just the two ladies who do it, but I wanted to do it with him again because it was absolutely incredible. Okay, I'm gonna click on the link that you shared here so I can look at it later. I'm curious. Okay, wonderful. And it was not breatharianism. That's the big thing. It was not at all. It was really a transmission of cosmic fruit. That's why your body was thriving. I was able to go to work every day. I was able to look after the family. You had so much energy. Whereas if you do water fasting, you know that it's not easy. So definitely not breatharianism. This was really the future. It was the new earth nutrition where you receive cosmic fruit. And so this is one of the things that we get to explore as we expand our consciousness to higher realms. It's pretty amazing. And so today the focus that we have here is once again actually merging with our parallel self. And it's going to be very fun because you can today merge with the consciousness of your most evolved master self that already exists. And whatever skills or mastery you wish to download today, to me, this is like in the movie Neo, these skills and mastery can be downloaded into you today. If you've seen the movie Matrix, then, when Neo needs a new skill, they kind of, you would say, download it into him or upload it into him, right? Through the medulla oblongata at the back of the head. Isn't that fascinating? The medulla oblongata. That's it. And so that's exactly what we will be doing. So I definitely want to look up what you guys shared about the person who is fed by cosmic energy. I've seen some breatharians who look so unhealthy, and that's not what I want to do. But these Chinese masters that I worked with, they were thriving. And for me, 21 days of thriving, just getting better and better, healthier and healthier, and not by, depletion, by actually having so much energy. So that's what we want. And so we are invited in this world to be a force of caring, to care for the creation that is around us, not to neglect what is around us. Of course, not to neglect what is within us, but not to neglect what is around us. We are invited to learn how to be creators on this beautiful planet and to first show her respect because she is part of cosmic creation. She is a body of the mother. The mother is embodied here. She's embodied in all of creation, but that means she's also embodied here on this planet. She wants clean oceans. She wants thriving soil. She wants clean waters, right? That because you as a creator would want the same. You would want your people to care for what you created, to love it, to honor it. And when we care, we are in the energy of love. Now, in this world are people who simply don't have that consciousness of caring for this world. It's pretty obvious. So how do we become caring truly? It only can happen through consciousness. And consciousness equals love. When our consciousness awakens us, our love awakens, then we simply become caring. I don't think we can teach someone to care, but we can be the force in this world that awakens everyone we encounter to be a conscious, loving being, so that the only way to exist is to care. When I visited the new earth, and I hope that with this vehicle of light that we are building here and that we are collecting the tetrahedrons of consciousness, everyone gets to visit the new earth. And as you visit the new earth, you bring with you incredible information about how life can work, well, actually, how humanity can thrive on this beautiful planet. And so when we travel to these higher realms, we also travel through time. We go to these future timelines. And so in the future timeline of this earth, humanity will go through a massive change in consciousness. Of course, that's why we're here. And the one thing that will be very obvious to all of us is our relationship with this earth and our relationship with nature, which also means our relationship with the sun, our relationship with the stars, our relationship with the galaxy, and even our relationship with the universe and cosmos. When our consciousness expands, it expands into the direction that we just spoke about here. It expands into the earth, into the solar system, into the galaxy, into the universe, and we embody actually cosmic consciousness. Every great yogi was guiding us to actually expand into cosmic consciousness. And what does that mean? Not only does it mean that we then become an expanded version of thyself, but we also then feel the cosmos in our own, not only physical body, but of course non-physical body. We become one with it. As we become one with cosmos, we become one with Divine Mother, we become one with Divine Father, we become one with Source, and then all of it is held within us too. We are one with it. That means, of course, then we are in love with all life, and then we find all life to be sacred, including the creation of planets, of solar systems, of galaxies, universes, and so on. And so then we become all love that cares for all, loves all, and has one huge interest in uplifting all into more love, in uplifting all into more understanding of what life is. When we go to the new earth, we realize that humanity will once again fall in love with Mother Nature in all her forms. There will be no harm. It will be only all love. And what is so beautiful when you go to the new earth is to see every human being so loving. And you can see then with your one eye, your single eye, that we call the third eye. And that is then the way you see. And you see the truth of everyone. And the truth of everyone there is all love. Yeah, unbelievable respect for nature. And so when I speak to let's say the builders who exist on the new earth, who are actually creating the dwellings for human beings, everything is unbelievably architectured into nature. There is no violation of nature. There is only collaboration with her, because she's then considered actually the greater consciousness. That's pretty incredible. And the beauty of the new earth when you go there is also that nature becomes really the one who informs us. Nature informs us. And when I was speaking about the guys who built and they are the architects, they are actually human beings who already have ascended. So us in our ascended form. When we are all love, we ascend to this beautiful, really dimension, a parallel reality that is actually in a higher dimension. And so then you see all beings being informed by nature. When you look at the world here, for example, what do you see when you look at nature? You see nature having some kind of understanding of when to sprout a seed, when to blossom, when to migrate, and all the creatures and all the plants in this world, you know, the oceans, the rivers, they have intelligence that is natural intelligence. And what are they listening to? How do they know? Why is there no chaos in nature? And this plant doesn't know when spring is, and this plant doesn't know when harvest is. It doesn't happen, does it? because nature listens to herself. She listens to nature. So all that is of nature is informed by this intelligence of creation. And the only ones who are not listening, of course, in this world are human beings. Isn't that so? And so we then on the new earth become just like nature, and yet we are human beings, and not in a primitive consciousness. We actually evolve so much more. From this devolved state, we evolve into being beings who can hear nature speak. You know, our ancient people did that, right? Didn't they? Our native people did that. Our Aboriginal people did that. They were so smart. They listened to nature. And she told them what to do. She told them where to go. She told them how to evolve. She told them how to connect to the spirit. Because that she is also the spirit. She's not only nature that manifested, she beholds the spirit within her. When the spirit within nature is diminished, like it is in many cities in this world, then she cannot talk to people. Because how is she supposed to talk to people if they are always in buildings and streets with no plants, you know? She cannot talk to them. And so we need information again to be available to everyone. That's why we need more nature. How can she talk to our kids in schools if the schools are not in nature? Again, she cannot talk to them when they are in a building, right? That's why we need more of nature, and that's why the new earth is actually organized around nature, and nature first and humanity second. It's pretty incredible. And so with that, let us go and merge with our beautiful alternate self. So today, just to summarize, it is all about how important nature is and how important it is to care for her. How important it is to educate everyone, because nature should be for everyone. And so once again, we expanded here together. And that's the most beautiful thing we can do, to expand together. Divine Mother told us to mimic nature. And she said that nature is really manifested divinity. And so cosmos is nature. That is manifested divinity. That means the earth is manifested divinity. That means the stars are manifested divinity. That means the galaxy is manifested divinity. That means the trees, the animals, the plants, the rocks, all of it, all the elements are manifested divinity. And she told us that if we mimic nature, truly study nature, observe nature, just like, you know, Native Americans did, for example, or Aboriginals, of course, Native people, First People, they studied nature, and that's how they learned about the spirit. Because the spirit behind nature reveals itself, and then we know exactly who we are. We get to realize our physicality as well as our divinity, and we realize it is all divine. And so she said, when you mimic nature, for example, we speak about consciousness of oneness. Cosmos is one big ecosystem. The earth is an ecosystem. And within the ecosystem, we have smaller systems that are also ecosystems, but everything is plugged into each other. And so as humans, we are asked to start thinking in terms of interconnected networks. Every single one of us, beyond the family, beyond, you know, the town where we live, and sometimes we don't even feel one with, right? So beyond the nations, but to be one planetary divine nation, interconnected network. And so every single one of us. Of course, what created such incredible inequality in this world is several things, but one of them is the monetary system. What I know from Divine Mother, she said, think in terms of gifting. Gifting will be the new monetary system. As far as I know from her, it's not crypto. As far as I know, it's not what we have now, this imaginary system where we trade things and services for, these days, digital files or digital information. So it's going to be gifting. And the way she explains it, she says, think of a big family where everyone has a skill. and they do what they are good at, but they all contribute. And there is no price attached to anything. Nothing is more worthy than something else. There is no debt. She specifically talked about debt to me. Many people think that in an exchange system where you gift someone and you give them something bigger and they give you something smaller, then they owe you. But she said that will cease to exist, because all consciousness, which actually is unconsciousness of debt, will cease to exist. No one will owe anything to anyone. We will just be gifting from the heart, but everyone will be doing something, gifting something, contributing something. There will be no lazy ones. I grew up in communism. That was not a good system. But this is very different type of communal gifting. And it is like being one big family where everyone is good at something and they all do with love what they are good at. Someone grows food, maybe cosmic food. Someone looks after the kids with love. Someone builds something into nature out of love, and so on and so on. So everybody gives the gift of their own being. Divine Mother also told me that whatever is right now within us, that already is the gift. The gift of you is the greatest gift. Just like in Telos, absolutely. There is no need for anything to be called an exchange system where we have some kind of, oh, you gave me shoes, I need to give you oranges, No, none of that. So it's good because, someone in this world, you were sent here from the future to bring this to this world. You were sent with your gift to this past. We are in the past, as strange as it is. This is the past. We are changing the past so that the future can be different, because we are talking about timelines. So give the gift of yourself and think big, right? Because if we just say, oh, this is how it is here. No. You came with the gift of the new. You brought a new system with you, new ways of being with you. So express them. Even if you might not be exactly, the president of this world who will design these things, by you speaking it into the ether, that is enough. Speak it. Speak it as your spell, the good spell. Freedom, and so on and so on. So it's important to express it into the ethers and to speak beautifully about what is to come and that you came to co-create here. So thank you so much. I will definitely post the recording. I will do that now. And so many blessings to everyone. Tomorrow, same time, same place. It's going to be our beautiful, beautiful journey where we, with our riches, in our way, that's the tetrahedrons, will be plugging into the tetrahedrons of this beautiful planet. So it's going to be life-changing for the planet herself. Thank you so much. Many blessings.